So I'm going to start off with introducing CTN. So CTN is the educational division of DeSales Media. I am Laura Hickey. I am the Senior Instructional Media Specialist. Shirley Alalema is with us here. So we're teaming with you, and Gina Kreinchich, who is our director. Okay, so our goal is to introduce you to this new resource and be a resource for you, and help you along with this. This particular resource, Discovery Education, is offered to all of the schools and academies, as well as all of the parishes, to be a supplement for your religious education programs. Discovery Education allows us to put our religion videos that we lease for you to be able to use in class. So today, what we're really going to do is dive in, answer any questions you have about using this resource, and kind of brainstorm some ideas of the best ways to use it. So we'll ask everyone right now, is everyone comfortable and ready and in their Discovery Education platform? Okay, great. Okay, if you have any questions, just throw it in the chat. There's two of us here for that reason. So we can assist you while this is happening. So any questions you have along the way, if you throw them into the chat, Shirley will be monitoring that for now. And then any questions that you have, we'll be able to go to. So I am going to actually grab this screen.
Yeah, I'm going to stop sharing so you could go ahead.
Thank you. And I am going to go to Discovery Education. So if you've logged in, there was a video sent with you for how to log in. So hopefully you have a home page that probably looks a lot different than this. Okay, and that's part of what we're going to do today. Is there is an edit home layout button that allows us to move our different sections here the way we would like them to be. When you first logged in, it asked you some questions, and it's basically like a Netflix situation where they ask you a lot of questions at the beginning just to get an idea of what things you're interested in. And those are the videos and channels that they'll show you. Okay, so for us, it is going to be CTN. So I'm going to ask you to put in your search bar, if you could put in CTN and then channel. And it should take you to this image. Okay, so this is CTN's, this is our channel on Discovery. So there's three little buttons next to the channel. We're going to ask you to hit that button. And mine does not say add to my channels because I already have it, but yours is going to say add to my channels. And if you could click that, that will put that as your channel so that when you go to your channels, you'll be able to see CTN right away. Okay, and then we can open that up. Okay, and what's the CTN custom content allows us to do, it allows us to highlight some of the videos. It does not show all the videos. Okay, so if you're looking specifically for a topic, you can search that way. If you're looking for a specific grade, you can search through that grade. So if we're looking K-2, okay, it will show us K-2. So some faith foundations, some a series for Holy Kids. The Bedbug Bible Gang series, which is Bible stories through animation and song, and then some other videos with related materials, okay, materials that you could use. Okay, and it's broken up into the 3 grade bands. I am an educator who's not a big fan of grade bands because I feel sometimes the content can be shared across. So I suggest that you look, and we're going to give you that opportunity in a few minutes, to be able to look through the videos, and even if it's great, if it's a different grade level, but you feel it's something that your class would be comfortable watching and that you feel could be a good lesson. Sometimes we kind of pigeonhole things into certain grades. Obviously, the older ones can benefit from any of them, You don't want to show a 6th to 8th grade video probably to a kindergarten class. But sometimes a 6th to 8th grade might get an understanding of a topic, or 3rd to 5th through a younger video. So just to keep that in mind. So to be able to look at all of our videos, on the top search bar, we're going to ask you to just put in the initials CTN. And when you put in CTN, it'll show you all the videos that we have that you'd be able to go through. Okay, if you notice the videos are timed to be part of your class, they're not very long videos, so it's not you're going to come in here and watch a full-length movie. That's not, these are geared for instructional purposes, so they're short videos to get a point across. So the first thing we'd like to ask you to do is give you the opportunity to explore the channel, but with a purpose. So if I'd like you to think about things that you're going to be covering over the next few weeks, which we know is quite a bit. Okay, so we're entering into the Lenten season. We're going to be talking about Easter. You're preparing for sacraments. However whichever ones you would like to look at, we're going to ask you to take about 8 minutes. Does that sound a little too much? Why don't we shoot with 5? And let's see how we do. Let's start with 5. And find just the titles of 3 videos that we're going to ask you to share out on the chat with us, of things that you're going to be using in the next few weeks. And what it will do is give us kind of an idea of which videos you're going towards, and it would share with each other which videos you found in case somebody else hasn't found them yet. So we'll have a nice list put together of things that we're finding. So for right now, just going to ask you to go up here. You put in CTN. And you can start exploring the videos. And again, you could start with the grade bands, which is the best way to do it. But then as you're going through, you may be wanting to look at some different ones. So you're going for 3 video titles that are going to be used either by you or by, if you are the DRE, by some of the catechists around you, or things that you're going to be using in class. Any questions about that? Are we good? Okay, so I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. Give you some time. If that's not enough time, we'll add a little bit more to the timer. Okay. Alrighty, so let me set my timer here. If I can get to my page. Okay, more apps. Okay. How about that? So you can see the timer above my head.
Okay, so we have a question. Username and password that was sent doesn't seem to be working. Okay, I'm gonna send you a private message and we'll see what we can get done here. Okay, let me work some magic on my end and go from there.
Okay, if you're just joining us, we're now in our Discovery Education accounts, and we're looking at some videos that we will be using in our classes. So we're exploring CTN. Okay, that was our initial timer. I'm sure that was not enough time. But I wanted to give you just a moment to kind of regroup for a second. And then I'll definitely give you more time to explore, because that really is the purpose of today, that you get comfortable using it and see different ways that you can use it. I think there are two people who are having difficulty getting in.
Yes, I just messaged them, so I'm waiting for confirmation.
Is there
Okay.
anyone else? Everyone else was able to, can somebody unmute themselves and just share one of the videos that they found that they think that they might be able, that they would be able to use with their class? Or at least some titles that they saw?
I found a couple. Confirmation is not graduation was super short and sweet, and I think it was great. I was able to watch it actually within that period of time. And then several on Lenten reflection. Receiving ashes I thought was really cool, because obviously we're approaching that. And several on the Eucharistic as a sacrifice and as a communion. So I saw some titles that were very interesting.
Great, thank you. And I think like this is the good opportunity for you to just kind of be able to explore. So I'm going to definitely give you some more time, but I just want to make sure everyone's kind of on the, and then we could kind of come back together and discuss some of the ways that we could use this. Does anyone have any questions? Because I want to give you time to be able to, I'm glad that you were able to watch at least one. I realized in 5 minutes, you probably could maybe get one in, but some of the others may be a little longer. So if everyone is comfortable, I'm going to give you, set the timer again and give you a little bit more time to kind of review some of the videos and maybe be able to watch some of them, so that we could all kind of come back, and then we could start, and then at the end of that 5 minutes, if we could start putting them into the chat, so we can kind of create a list for everyone of the different videos they sound. So if you want to start putting it into the chat as you're finding it, that's good as well. Okay, any questions? Those of you that were having difficulty, I think Shirley's kind of working with you, and I'll jump on the chat too to see if I can help with that as well. Okay, great. Set this again, and then this time we'll meet right after that. Okay, if you're stuck on the profile part, you could just put anything in. World religions is fine, and you could just put anything in. All it is it's just trying to get a list of what you like, and so that they'd be able to highlight that. But you could just kind of just put anything in and just go through. Once you get to it, you want to search CTN channel, and then from the CTN channel, you're going to search CTN. Okay, so just go right through the profile, just put anything down. Don't worry about, just put the grades that are are in your faith formation program. You can put those grades in like that. You can put world religions, anything's. It really is, it's not important to get to the, it's not necessary for that to get to the CTN channel. It's just giving you an idea of things that you are using. And feel free to unmute yourselves if you have a question as well. This is a small group, so we're able to have a discussion. We don't need to, if it's uncomfortable, keep going back and forth on the chat.
All right. Okay, let me confirm. And I know it's a lot of clicking. I just want to put it out there. If at any point, with all the clicking, you kind of get lost, if you just always go back to that search bar at the very top and type in CTN, all of our videos will come back up. So, you know, it's easy to get lost, so just keep that in mind. Okay, perfect. Someone got in. All right, let me try one more thing here.
Okay, everyone, if I could just gather everyone back, and I know you were probably having fun playing and looking at your videos, and you don't want me to keep talking, but I'm hopeful that everyone was able to get in and get past the profile, if those people could let us know that they did and that they were able to get in. So now I just wanted to talk a little bit more about it. Um, I always think like going through the videos gets me excited because I start to think about how I'm going to use this and that there's this other material that's out there that can be used. So CTM provides this subscription for all of you, all the parishes and all the schools, as a supplemental religious program, but it's more than just videos. And I'm not going to overwhelm, but there will be a second part to this PD where we'll show you that there's different things that you can use. And there's different material that's available for teachers to use with the videos. So there's things that we can create. There's things that were created by CTN. There's things that are created by some of the videos themselves, have some teacher related materials as well. And we'll explore that. So if you haven't had a chance to throw some into the chat, you can do that. I'm going to show you some of the things or just give you some suggestions. And then I'm going to ask for like just all of us to kind of join in and see what are some of the challenges of using this that you need to overcome to be able to use this video. So the very first thing is that you can have access to a student account. Okay, so our next step is for those of you who came today, we will send you a student login so students will be able to log in and view the videos as well. Okay, so the way you get in is going to be different than the way the students get in. Okay, so that your login is not for the students. Your login, this login that you have now that you're able to get into is for the catechists. Okay, there'll be a separate login for students. that we will send to you if that is how you would like to explore it. So right now, I'm hoping that you're excited seeing some of the different videos and that are available for you, and this resource that we would love for you to use since we're providing it, and that would be great that you're using it. And we'd love to hear how you use it as well, and how you plan on using it. So I'm just going to give you some suggested ways that we would use it, and or that we have found that people are using it, and the best ways to use it. And then we're going to give you some time to talk about if that's working or not. So one of the things I'd like to show you is in the videos, as you can see, there's some video, there are the rosaries with the Bishop Brennan, and there are the Angelus with Bishop Brennan, there are prayers, there's different things as you're getting ready for Lent. And when you look at a video, there's different things that you can do with it. So first one I want to show you is, let me just go to Saints. Oh, not Aints, Saints. Okay. Okay, so if I go to, let me go to Saints Alive. Okay, so if I go to St. Francis Cabrini. Okay, so here's the video. Underneath this video, you'll see some videos will have educator material. Okay, so this is, with this program came this education material. And it is a PDF, so you can see, I mean, you can see my screen, right?
Yes. Well, we didn't get to see the PDF
Okay.
pop up.
Okay, so let me stop the share. Okay, so when you click that, it'll say to download it to your computer because it's a PDF. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to open the PDF.
All right. So again, so that's just going to look like a pop-up window, a little pop-up window that kind of shows you where the PDF is being downloaded. Usually if you're using a computer, then it'll go to your little downloads folder. That's, you know, depending on what kind of computer you're using, it'll go there. If you're working on like an iPad, then it will have like a little downloads on the very top, similar to what it would be like if we download something like on our phone. And then you're just going to go to the little Files app, and you'll be able to see the PDF that you just downloaded on the iPad.
So this is the PDF. I'm hopefully you're seeing Saints Alive, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So on this is a PDF that you could be able to, and so it gives them, it's actually a materials that you could use with your students. I would, as everything else, I would read through it and always kind of customize it to my students and how I'd use it and time purposes. So this could be something where we discuss. I know there was a Cabrini movie coming out as well, and definitely a time I chose Mother Cabrini because it's a good time to, as we're dealing with a lot of migrants and immigration and thinking of all the things that Saint Francis Cabrini did. So here's there's some discussion questions about changing the system, helping the homeless, an opportunity for students to put in questions. They're looking at things. So they're pretty meaty ideas. There's a way to celebrate together, bringing canned goods into the into your city, doing a food drive. There's readings that can go along, music that you could do with it. So there are some materials that are already set in with the videos that are available to use so that you could look at. Not all of them have that, but what Discovery Education allows us to do is create our own related materials, which is an exciting part of having our videos housed on Discovery Education, is that we're able to create some of our own. So I'm going to stop sharing this. I'm going to go back into Discovery, and oops, but not that way. And let me go back to this. Saints Alive. Okay. We'll go back. Share. There has to be an easier way. Okay. Okay, so here I am in this share. Okay, what I also could do, so that one happened to have a related material. What it also allows me to do is build an activity. And what it lets me do is create a video quiz, which I'm not going to go through the whole thing. But what I can do is, as I'm watching the video, this is what our next PD will do. I can create questions for students that go with the video. And then depending on your situation, you're able to either print out the quiz questions. So if you wanted to, if you're watching it as a group, the video, all the students could have their own questions in front of them. Okay, so things that you would like them to focus on while they're watching the video. Okay, there's also the ability to create like a slideshow where we could actually, put in like a lesson where we're doing, here's the video, and we can together you can watch the video, and then there might be some questions or activities along that we can create. So we'll explore this a little bit more, but so we can generate our own material to go with these videos. So some suggested ways that we could use it. One of them is, well, on the surface level of just looking at like the videos, if someone is absent from your class with their student login, they're able to watch this video. So if you're watching St. Francis Cabrini, that's your lesson, you're watching it as a class, you're discussing this, and Joe is absent that day, Joe can get this, will be able to watch this video. If you'd like them to come in with some prior knowledge about, you're going to be talking about St. Francis Cabrini, so their homework may be to watch this video, and when you come in together, you're going to work on an activity. So it might be watching the video and them doing an activity at home, watching the video and doing an activity together. It might be them watching something prior. So maybe during the time, you would like them to see, I mean, Ash Wednesday is approaching. Maybe next week you'd like them to watch the Ash Wednesday video. And that together, you're going to be going to the service, if for Ash Wednesday, or we're going to discuss what the ashes represent, and what is the beginning of Lent. Okay, so there's different ways that we can use it. Hopefully, you're looking at it and saying, "Oh, okay, this looks good. Oh, I think this is fun. I want to be able to show them this," and hopefully, you're excited about it. It is exciting for the students to have another resource to use, because they are using technology all the time, and it is they kind of separate that sometimes from religion, but that they can see that, wow, I can use technology and then learn about religion too. And not that it's not important to go through the book, but you're kind of matching up. So some of the things you could do is like just looking through your book and trying to find some videos that may match those topics, saying, okay, when we address this might be a good video to watch, and sharing that. So those are just some of our suggested ways of doing it. Another feature that the video quiz has is that you could actually put the quiz up live. So if you're all sitting together and you have a video quiz created, you could actually put questions into the video, and while you're watching the video together, you can kind of put it up live, and together you can answer the question. So it'll stop and it'll ask a question that you've put in, and you could, and everyone could stop and discuss it that way. So there's a lot more to that we could do to add on to it. But I think right now it's just exciting to see that there are these videos and that we are able to use this technology in class. So now I'm going to go back to you and say, what are some of the challenges, or maybe an obstacle that might prevent you from using this, or has you kind of confused about how you can use it? Or for instance, in your setting of when you have your faith formation class, how would you be able to use this? Okay, so now you can unmute yourselves. And
I mean, as you get the courage to kind of just unmute and participate, I mean, even just using these videos in conjunction to your textbooks, a lot of us are using the We Believe, a lot of us are using the Christ in Us. They have certain questions on there. For example, if we just go back to like Ash Wednesday, and Lent. There are a lot of videos that we have that are related to like the ashes and kind of like what the season of Lent is. And so you can use the information that's in your textbook and find a way to relate it to the video that's going on. Or maybe like there's a reflection question in your textbook that maybe the kids need a little bit more information on, and you can show the video and then say, after reading what's in the textbook, after seeing the video, combine both of those things to come up with your answer for your reflection question, right? So I'm trying to find ways to pair those two things together. It's not always easy, but out of the box thinking kind of it helps.
I'm thinking about how to present this to all the catechists in the program. And do you guys have a video that does this, what you guys did kind of for us today, where it's kind of like presents, or do I just go in and kind of show them through the platform myself?
This is being recorded, so I can share this with you.
Oh,
And you could do that.
Okay.
If you would like us to do like a little a video, like a little presentation like this where everyone logs in, you're all going to have the same login.
Yeah.
That where we just introduce you to the videos, we could do that as well. If you'd like to send us a message, we could do like a little virtual when you think it's a good time to get everyone. I know that's always difficult. The video might be more helpful, but we're always available for questions from anyone. If the catechists have questions about how to use it.
Yeah, it looks pretty user friendly actually. So
It is
I'm
user
gonna
friendly.
like, yeah, I may just like, show them myself.
Right. I think if you just go into CT, I think where you may want to definitely explore is when we do the second part where we kind of build these activities about how to create a video quiz. So we're going to actually create one.
Yeah.
And we as well create material that goes with some of the videos. So we'll show you where like we could find that. So if you can't create the video, or there might be some that are already made for you that you can use. So that second part, but this one, I think it's the most important thing for us is that you get in there and you see what's there, because we're providing this and we'd really love to see you using it. And I think a lot of the videos are definitely helpful for the students, and visuals are helpful, and they're engaging. They're engaging. It's a way of having them be able to look at things either beforehand, or if they miss something, there's some kind of visual that they can look at. It's a different way of them viewing religion. They're not used to watching a lot of videos and doing a lot of activities. It's a lot of times it's going through the book. So this is exciting to them, that it's something a little different and something that they can explore as well, the students. So something like this Saints Alive, we have an activity that we can share with you where they can choose one of the saints that they relate to. And there's like 4 saints on a board, and you can pick a saint that you would, so it kind of gives the students that like, okay, now I'm exploring, I'm looking, and it's kind of on them. It's their own, it's accountable to them, and them kind of reflecting on who they're choosing and why, not just us telling them you should know this saint, right? Or we're just going to talk about this saint today. So there's a lot of opportunities there. Does anyone have any challenges with this? Like this seems difficult to be able to show videos or be able to look at videos, or if not, that's great. I mean, I'm glad that we know that students have devices, but if there's anything that we can, help you with or give you some suggestions of the best ways to use it, I think with each other, you'll get the best ideas. And definitely, share. The reason I wanted you to share out some of the videos is sometimes somebody finds something that you didn't see and you're like, oh, that's great. But I think my best advice to you now is to be able to, now you know how to get to the CTN channel and go to CTN and explore, is maybe looking at some of the different videos. And if you're presenting it to other catechists, kind of focusing in on what, having them look at what they're teaching and look at the videos that way. Does anyone else have any other things they would like to share? Is there any other, everyone has a comfortable way of showing this? I know every parish is different. Some have access to smart boards and classrooms, and some do not. So I'm guessing everyone's good. Everyone's okay. Everyone's good. Everyone's able to use this and show it and knows how to is comfortable using it that way.
Is there any just kind of like, piggyback off of what Laura is kind of saying? Are there any ways that, is sparking you on how to use it that maybe you might need like clarity on any connections, or any ideas that you might have like in general, and then we can show you kind of how to incorporate our discovery education features with like a current lesson that, you might see currently happening in your faith formation classes, that maybe we can show you how those gaps work.
I think the supplemental material that comes with each video, with some of the videos, helps bridging the gap, not just with the videos themselves. So like the activities, like depending on the age group, like it could be like coloring pages or puzzles, or and that takes up a lot of the time for the instruction part, which is I've noticed with the kids, like that's where they really are learning, that those short periods of instruction and then the actual application, the hands-on. So anytime that I'm just looking at these videos and I see that there's like supplemental materials, like, okay, I could definitely use this. This is good stuff. So the more that we can have, supplemental materials to each of these videos, the better for me and my group.
Okay,
That's perfect, because I think that between Laura and I, that's exactly what we're working on.
our goal is to that. I'm gonna just show you some of the ones that we created just to get an idea of because this is what we're gonna work on as well with you, is kind of creating it, because so this is the one I was referring to, the Saint board. So learn from the saints, it's your choice. And I think this is what you were referring to, Christian, like when they're watching the video, but when they're kind of able to go off and do something on their own and explore, it's meaningful for them. So that if we're talking about living our lives as saints, and that we're called to live our lives as saints, and we watch. Oh, do we have a
we have a
question?
question, yes. Let's see. Okay, you can unmute and ask your
Yes.
question.
Hi, how are you? My name is Jackie. So I'm here and I'm watching this, and it's beautiful. Compliments to you. I know you've been developing this, and it's a few years now that you've had this. And I use it on occasion when I am looking for something specific, and they're short, they're great. My only hiccup is that a lot of my parishioners, families, their kids are on the phones. Is this mobile at all, so that they can, go? It's not an app, or is it an app? I didn't catch on if it was something. I want something that's for them easy to go click on. They save their username, password, and then they're watching these movies, these short. They can watch whatever they want. In a sense, they don't have to be assigned. But is it that simple, or do they need to be in front of a screen?
So unfortunately, Discover Education is not an app. Hopefully that changes sometime in the near future, but it is accessible on phones, on iPads, on laptops. The iPad, obviously, it could be like an Apple iPad. It could, if they have like an Android phone or an iPhone, it is accessible to them. All they would have to do is open up their web browser, whether it's like Safari or Chrome, depending on the device that they're on. They can go to Discover Education, and then with the credential that we will email you, use that username and password for that, and then they can see those videos the same way that you are searching now with CTN. All those videos will pop up for them as well.
Okay, that's but at least they can do this on the smaller device. I did have another question. When I think of it, I'll raise my hand again. Thank you.
Oh, perfect.
So this is one of the things that we have created. So it's learning you. So make your choice on the next page. Choose 2 videos from the choice board. Choose a saint that you feel a connection with. Complete the assignment. So this may be something you could do before confirmation when you're choosing a name, or in November when you're learning about saints, or it just may be something that you would like to do as you're exploring and learning about living your life like a saint. And so here's like 4 videos that they can kind of look, and they're going to pick 2. So whichever 2 videos they choose to do. And then they're given this. And this is, you're able to print this out and share this with the students so that while they're looking at it, while they're watching the video, there's something that they're doing. They're going to be choosing the 2 videos. You could have that option where they choose the videos, and then they're working on this reflection page on their own. Okay, so these are where some of the materials come with it. There are ways, but you can also, the grand part of this is that we can also create, besides the video people making their own and us making their own, that you're able to make your own. And it might be, you may want it to be just 2 questions that the students do. But I agree that it is helpful to have that video. It's also, when you do the video live quiz, you could actually, as you're watching the video, you could add in questions, and the students could then, the video stops and the question comes up and you can answer it all together, so that they're watching the video with a purpose.
And that'll be in our next session. Just
We'll
have
show
you
you
come
how
back.
to do that, but right now you can explore which ones already have related materials, but as you're watching them, you may be thinking of, okay, well, maybe there's a way I can, this is how I'd like to use this. So if you'd like to use it in, that where they kind of go off on their own and do something on their own, or if you'd like to use it as a homework. So I think as you're watching it and we get ready to go to the next, our next session. So when we send after this, we'll give you this video so that you have an idea to go back and how to do it again, because I know you were cut off after 5 minutes twice. So you could go exploring. You can use that to share with others that have not used it, that are also catechists. And it's the same, and remember that login's just for catechists. And then when we will send you the video, we will send you your student login so that you can then have the start having students log in. And then we will send you the date for the second with the registration, so that you can register for the second part, so we can learn how to create our own materials. And at that point, you may want to invite other catechists that are using it to join in to learn how to create the materials. Or if you have someone who is the creator of your group, innovative one that may want to come to that, to think about that. Okay, so I hope you're excited about the videos. I hope you see that we're going to try to extend this more to just a video. It's more than just the video, but for now, we'd be happy if you just start watching the videos and let the students know that they're that they have this and using this resource. Does anyone have any other questions before we start wrapping up? If there are any obstacles, or if you're kind of like, I don't know how I'm going to use this, please reach out, and we could always brainstorm together. There's always a way to figure it out. But I think it's a great resource. I'd love to see the students get excited about doing some of these things. And we know how excited they get when they do have like an extended activity of coloring or something outside of it. So this is taking it to even a different level for them. And it's fun for them. Even the live quiz option, you can have them actually do it like game-like, where they're kind of playing a game and they're answering the questions. So there's a lot that we have yet to explore. So your mission is to go out and explore the videos and share that news with your catechists and other catechists. And we will be sending you that message soon.
Yeah. And if you guys have any questions, even just like before that session that you need our assistance with, please do not hesitate to email either of us. We'll get back to you as quickly as possible. And whether that's like a detailed description of how to solve your question, how to answer your question, or a brief tutorial video of how to answer your question, we are here to help.
Okay, great. Do we have any kind of,
No.
Okay. All right, so what we'll do is we will be, in touch shortly. Shirley and I will stay on for a few minutes if there's anyone who wants to. I'm gonna stop recording. If there's anyone who would like to share, anything or have a question, just let us know.